Hi class, I hope y'all had a great and safe week. This week I will be doing my quick share on recording students' recreations of wordless book stories. So what is recording students' recreations of wordless book stories? So the textbook definition is working with partners. Students can use a wordless picture book to record the stories they create based on the pictures. Another great definition from another scholarly source was wordless picture books are narrative stories expressed through a sequence of illustrations. So upon placing students and partners, they can use a wordless book to create and record a story based on the pictures. And after creating a story together, the students are also presented the opportunity to play the story for their peers while showing them the pictures. It may help to start with the same book for the entire class, as this will help give them an example prior to working independently in pairs or small groups. Now, this is really important because in anything, I feel like if somebody shows me and gives me an example, it really helps to know exactly what to do and what is expected. Also, the pictures assist in story comprehension as the audio is presented. And for students to acquire oral language skills, they need opportunities to help them use the language that they are using. It's super important. So benefits, there are plenty of benefits, but first and foremost, wordless books help promote second language development, which is really important in the classrooms we're going to be in. So these books offer a unique opportunity for limited English-speaking students to interact with the book. Also, using wordless books in a classroom for emerging English learners can help practice their oral language imaginative functions. They are able to practice creating new stories and also using creative dramatics to act out their ideas. Now, what I really enjoyed was that wordless book strategies can be used from any level. They can be used in K through 12, even for adults, college students, etc. It is easy access to literacy events where English learners, elementary students can simply enjoy the illustrations and stories, while more advanced wordless books can challenge even college students and adults, like I just said. Wordless books can also be used to stimulate narratives in order to informally assess students' vocabulary language. They can then use this comprehension to have oral discussions that can help them develop academic vocabulary and expand their linguistic complexity. Super important. Now, after building up their academic vocabulary with these wordless picture books, English language learners can use all of the vocabulary to help them comprehend the story and also produce more linguistically complex sentences when having discussions. Now, for example, as previously mentioned, wordless picture books can be used with basically any level. The younger students enjoy the creative imaginary story, while more proficient learners benefit from the stimulation of the new vocabulary presented. So, like I said, this can be used on any level. Just first start off with like a whole class discussion. That way they can see an example and see what is expected. And then once they're comfortable, they can be broken down in partners or small groups and be given the wordless picture books, and they can go ahead and create their stories. It would also be good to have like a word bank if possible whenever doing the group one. So here is a list of several wordless books. So this list is actually straight from our textbook, and the last two books that are marked with the asterisks are actually appropriate for older students. I did place a small picture of how a wordless book looks. As you can see, you just see like the full page is just an image, which is great. So for my secondary classmates, wordless books can definitely be used in the classroom. So the English language proficiency standards, there was a couple that it aligned with, but the primary thing is the scaffolding that is provided in this type of activity. So they're able to internalize new and basic academic language by using it and reusing it. It also helps, the images helps visual, and it also helps the linguistic support, which enhances the spoken language. It also helps expand and internalize the initial English vocabulary by retelling simple stories. And again, the use of visual and contextual support, and also the support from the peers by working in the groups, is very important and helpful. So as a summary, we will continue to see more and more English language learners in our classrooms. So it is important to present multiple scaffolded activities that will help build their language proficiency. The use of wordless picture books aids in the development of linguistic skills, which will help practice higher level reading strategies and skills. This also allows students to practice the language themselves and engage in the meaning-making processes of written text. And here is my references, of course, our textbook and two great scholarly sources I found. One, Enhancing English Learners' Language Development Using Wordless Picture Books, and Unlocking English Oral Language with Wordless Picture Books. I really enjoyed learning about wordless picture books, and I hope y'all have learned a lot from my presentation. Thanks for listening, and I cannot wait to learn from your quick shares.